Fala rapaziada, beleza? Tudo certo com vocês? Quem fala com vocês é o Remy, galera. Vocês estão de volta aqui para mais um vídeo do Rise of Forbidden West, beleza? Galera, no último vídeo a gente recuperou o Poseidon. Estamos aqui na nossa base. Opa, tem um desconhecido. Ah, é o jogo tabuleiro, beleza. Vamos lá falar com a Beta. Que ela tem uma coisa pra gente. Tá vendo? Ele tá jogando ali, beleza. Deixa eu falar com a Zo aqui, galera. Que a Zo, se eu não me engano, tem uma missão secundária aqui com a gente. Deixa eu ver aqui.
Aloy.
Hey, thought I'd check in on how you're doing.
You mean after meeting someone who looks exactly like you, but isn't you, down in the basement? Guess this must be even stranger for you than it is for us, huh?
A little.
Varl said she may be able to help us in our mission, though.
Maybe.
There is something I'd like to discuss. It's about the land gods. If you have time, that is.
Vou falar com ela, vamos lá. Os deuses raiz. Que é uma missão secundária que vai ter.
You said you wanted to talk about the land gods?
I think there's a way to heal them so that they'll once again provide Plainsong with grain. Gaia gave me a set of instructions. She called it reboot code. If we deliver it to the land gods, their derangement will end.
That's great.
Maybe. There are thorns on the path. Unless the code is given by Hephaestus, the land gods will reject it. Gaia showed me a way around this. We need components called control cores from machines made by Hephaestus. Machines similar to the land gods.
You mean Grimhorns? Like the one we fought in the repair bay?
Yes. Gaia helped me locate 2 of them out west.
So, kill the machines, get the control cores, then use them to adapt the reboot code into something the land gods will obey?
If all goes well. But taking down 2 Grimhorns won't be easy.
We'll do it together.
Bless you, Aloy.
Tô bolada, minha filha. Você não tá
I'll send you the
sabendo.
location of the machines.
Beleza. Tá, vou dar um adeus aqui, galera. Só pra gente... pra missãozinha, beleza?
May the land bloom in your steps.
Acho que eu tenho que ir. Aqui, beleza. Depois a gente visita os outros locais aqui. Tá com a Beta. Aqui ainda tá trancado. Ah, tá. Vamos lá.
Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
She found that recording from the data on your focus. She's been watching it a lot. I think it helps calm her.
You know, I used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big...
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tá vendo, Aloy?
You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday, when I had learned enough. And then, one day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me. In a virtual replica of a house on a cliff overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. She showed me paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab. I think she was a liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn. She knew Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
Maybe that's why she reached out to you?
Perguntar aqui, vai.
What else can you tell us about Tilda? She liked to talk about her paintings. What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that? She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think, back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect. Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage? She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses.
Calma, filho.
You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel? It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher, instructions, on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home. And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it? To them, it looked like I was still in training, toiling away, alone.
Beleza. Libera aí o jogo. Isso demora, né?
So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view? I could see whitecaps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside. Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave.
Tá bom.
You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files? Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many.
Did it interest you?
I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis.
Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves? Anything we could use?
No. Any information about them was redacted.
Tá bom, beleza, vamos lá.
So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is.
When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them.
Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
What's wrong?
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take. I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him. But he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. But I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath.
Beleza. Tá, nova missão secundária, segundo verso, que é a missão da Zoe, né? Será que eu posso falar com ela ainda? Opa. Qualquer coisa, galera, vocês dão uma pausinha pra dar uma lida, beleza? O arquivo da beta aqui. Ah, essa sala tava fechada, não tava? Não, essa tava aberta.
No good. Door's locked until Gaia can restore access.
Deixa eu ver se a Beta tá falando uma coisa aqui.
Hey, I just, wanted to see how you're doing.
I'm fine.
And look, about earlier.
Forget it. Was there anything else?
Não sei.
So have you been able to make use of your expertise?
I guess so. Gaia transferred a lot of data on Hephaestus to study.
And? Any insights?
It looks like it's been modifying its code, increasing in size and complexity over the years. There's a lot to analyze still.
Okay, well... keep at it, I guess. So have you been upstairs at all?
Not really. Varl sometimes comes down here to talk. He keeps asking if I'm okay. I thought he only wanted to know about my productivity, but... it's almost like he actually wants to talk to me.
Yeah, I think he does. Have you talked with anyone else in the base?
I speak with Gaia. She asked me how I'm feeling and my opinion on various topics. I didn't expect that from an AI.
That's all thanks to Elizabeth. She believed Gaia had to care, not just follow her programming orders.
I know. Independent emotional processing enabled the previous version of Gaia to create you, after all.
Yeah. I guess so.
Nossa, tem bastante coisa, hein?
What else can you tell me about Tilda?
She liked to talk about her paintings.
What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that?
She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions.
Então, isso aqui acho que já passou,
Back
né?
on Earth,
Tá, isso aqui a gente já perguntou. Isso aqui também já perguntei. Casa já perguntei. Só pra já ficar tudo certinho, beleza,
that's
galera?
good.
Vambora. Pode sair. Tem uma bancadinha aqui. Deixa eu ir na bancada aqui. Posso melhorar o meu traje? Ainda não, né? Tá. Aqui, galera, é bom montar aqui porque gasta menos itens, tá? Deixa eu sair. Bolsa também não consigo mudar nada. Armadilha de cabo só. Preciso de pato, velho. Fúrcula de pato. Pena de abutre? Ah, é bomba. Bomba eu não quero não. Tá, depois eu vou ver o que eu vou caçar aqui. Jogando offline. Tá. Temos uma galera aqui. Whatever.
Hey, Aloy. Is everything all right? It seemed like you and Varl were down at that basement for a while.
Yeah, everything's fine, I guess.
Well, okay. What can I do for you?
Esperar a moto passar, né?
Still sifting through loads of data?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's lots of words. I thought maybe I could try finding things with more, pictures in it. Not much luck there, but I did find out about these holofilms. Like images put together to tell a story. They were made to look like they were the real thing. The Oseram-like shows. I bet they pay a lot of shards for those hollows.
It seems like you're getting a hang of this data thing.
Yeah, it's been helpful. When I could make sense of anything. I did find the old ones enjoyed a good brew like the rest of us. Only they let machines serve the stuff in bars. They even let the damn things cut you off before you saw the underside of a table. That's half the fun. You won't see me letting a robot serve me a pitcher anytime soon.
Ai, caraca,
How are things
mano.
going around here?
Tá durando as
You tell
costas,
me.
velho.
Varl's new girlfriend tried to kill me earlier.
What did you do?
I made one joke about how they, eat grass a lot. How does anyone fight with nothing but tree leaves in their stomach anyway?
From the looks of it, the Utaru.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting her to be that fast.
Just try not to get hurt. I see someone's been playing Strike.
I'm just trying to get some practice in. Helps take my mind off things.
You should try playing Katalo. It's a Tanakh game. Maybe you'll learn something.
Sure, Tanakh. Sure you won't try and kill me if I win?
Pretty sure. Do I smell ale?
I brought some with everything that's been going
Vou dar uma
on.
pulada aqui, galera.
I'll use a drink. Besides, there is nothing that's what my sister always said.
Maybe another time.
Se não for
I should get
interessante pra história, eu vou pular. Vou falar com o Walker.
going. Hey, got a sec?
Of course.
How's training?
Discovering something new about our past every day. When we first met, you asked me if I ever wondered what this world looked like when the old ones lived here. I thought it was strange at the time, but a lot has changed since I left the Embrace. Now I'm just trying to make sense of everything I thought I knew, and versus everything I know now.
The change is hard, but it gets easier over time. It's hard to believe we're dealing with the original Zeniths. The same ones that left for Sirius 1,000 years ago.
To live on for so long, it doesn't seem natural.
Because it's not.
That weapon we found where Beta was hiding, any chance we can use that against them?
Sylens made sure that wasn't an option.
Why would he build something to hurt Far's Zenith, yet allow them to capture you?
With Sylens, there's always an angle. We just don't know what it is yet.
Eu não acho que foi o Silence, não, cara.
What do you make of this Tilda that Beta was talking about?
The way she described it, I can't shake off the feeling that Tilda wanted something from Beta. Maybe because she's Elizabeth Sobek's clone? But whatever she wanted, I don't think she got it. If we knew what it was, maybe we could use it to our advantage somehow.
I don't know. I don't think Tilda and Elizabeth were on the best of terms.
Oh well. At least we can take some comfort in knowing the Zeniths don't trust each other.
Maybe. You brought up Rost before. I do think about him. He was all I had. And he brought me up the best he could. Not only that, when Hades discovered who I was, and sent the eclipse after me. He sacrificed himself so I could survive. But that seems like ages ago. So much has happened since. What I'm doing now, I don't think he could even begin to understand it. The sacred lands were all he really knew. So I can't let myself dwell on him. Not with everything I have to do.
I understand. Sometimes when I think about my sister, about what she would have become if she had survived the proving, it hurts. And I just need to bury it for a while. But only for a while, Aloy.
Solo.
You can't ignore it forever. Memories always come back. The ones that matter, anyway.
I know. But for now, the mission has to come first.
Fair enough.
Beleza, perguntar sobre os companheiros, mas eu provavelmente vou passar bastante ali, tá?
You feeling okay?
I was just thinking about Beta and all that time. To think someone would make a person just to lock them in a room. Elizabeth Sobek sacrificed herself for the world, and you had no trouble treating Beta like a slave.
Another reason.
Beleza.
I should get back.
We'll be here.
Pulei, galera, pra gente poder, né? Um pouco mais de agilidade. Vamos falar só com a Zoe aqui.
Aloy,
Hey.
I am well. Varl told me Beta's having a hard time adjusting to life here with us. I wish there was something I could do to help.
I'm not sure any of us can.
A tree won't bear fruit in a day. We'll do our best to make her feel welcome.
Exato.
Did Gaia tell you anything about the Zeniths?
She did, though it wasn't exactly easy to believe. To think that there are places among the stars where life can bloom as it does here. It is humbling, to say the least, and heartbreaking, that such life should be bent on destroying ours.
Beleza.
The Zeniths did a number on Beta. But she seems to trust Varl.
I still can't believe she told him the Zeniths are immortals, old ones who cut themselves off from the cycle of life and decay. I've never heard of anything so selfish. To deny our dying bodies to the earth. To doom the life that would bloom in their place. It's despicable.
What are you up to?
Gaia was kind enough to put together a list of glyphs used by the old ones. She helped me decipher some of the data you've collected and showed me how to use the focus to help the process. It's not easy, but it's been working so far.
Bom,
That's good to hear.
beleza. Agora os companheiros eu vou dar uma pulada. Ai, tem
I
treinamento
see
ainda.
you've settled in.
Gaia did say this place so we could regain control of our land. Nurture them like the land gods do. It does strike me as odd that a place of life...
Caraca, eu vou ficar pulando, galera.
I've been studying Gaia's seedling. I wanted to understand why one... Imagine my surprise when I looked into this and found out it helped create all machines. In a way, the Utaru o Hephaestus are...
That's why we have to make Gaia whole again.
Caraca, velho!
Coming through.
Varl and I have been looking into... Apparently there used to be thousands more species. Can you imagine that? I'd give anything to see them. Though I know that without Artemis or Apollo, at least I can find comfort in knowing Gaia used... Her memory honors them.
What are you
Nossa,
going to learn
velho.
next?
I'm not sure. I asked Gaia for suggestions, and she brought up, from what I gather, like you've done here for us. Maybe one day more people will be able to use this.
That sounds like you met my friend Talana.
Yes, the Karja Huntress. But Varl tells me that she too.
Yeah. You've spoken with Katalo?
A few
Vou
words.
pulando tudo, tá, galera?
You must have made.
Com esses dá uma pausinha
you've
aí.
been talking.
Yes, she was including their demise, and I was surpassed but reborn.
Caraca,
Varl
velho!
mentioned she was hurt.
That was kind of you.
I just hope she doesn't plan. She looks like she's barely seen the light.
Meu pai!
If you count trying to.
I've been told.
Of course not.
Good.
I was going for a couple of... He called the Utaru Leaf, laughed at the idea of a simple fun. Before I knew it, he and I were battling it. The man is slow, but he can... Don't look so worried. Next time he's going down like...
Just try not to kill each other.
Injuring his pride should...
Meu Deus.
Is there anything I can help?
Oh, no.
Are you okay?
You and Varl have...
I like to think so.
I was wondering...
Oh,
Tá.
why do you want to know?
He's spoken of his sister, Vala.
She's the war chief of the Nora, but she could be pretty...
I see. But I feel silly not being able to ask.
I wouldn't worry about it. It's
I'd like to see her try.
I should get going.
Good luck on you.
Beleza, galera. Tem só agora o...
Is this a piece from the bulwark? Katalo must have brought this with him as a trophy. I may have fired the cannon, but I really put Dakota in his place.
There it is.
Eu não sei onde tá o outro maluco. O Tecote, né? Ah, tá ali, ó. Já vi.
Looks like Erend and Katalo moved their stuff in.
Falar que é com ele, tá, galera? Mas qualquer coisa eu vou dar um pulo, tá? Ó.
Mind if we have a word?
Of course not.
Must be strange.
I can see machines like to think that such a tiny object.
What do you think of this place?
It's an efficient center of operation, though it could use some more.
Duly noted. Does it still hurt?
I try not to think about it. It's difficult to...
I can't claim down.
Then you have my thanks.
Have you spoken with Erend?
I've had I did see him bring some...
That stuff's as bitter as...
You get used to it.
I'm sure Erend wouldn't mind.
Tá, posso
I
dizer
should get
adeus.
going.
If I can...
I will.
Beleza, galera. Então, eu vou sair. Por onde que eu tenho que sair agora? Vou sair por aqui. Vou lá na fogueirinha, vou salvar o jogo. E a gente já finaliza a paradinha. Vamos lá. Beleza, galera. Vou salvar aqui. E aí a gente volta desse ponto no próximo vídeo. Tá, eu sei que você tem alguma coisa pra me contar. Mas eu quero saber... Ó, tá vendo? Agora a minha próxima missão é lá na Casa do Chapéu, onde eu já fui. Beleza? Eu já andei tudo aqui, mas eu vou fazer esse caminho aqui. Talvez eu faça uma jogadinha livre. Tá vendo? Eu já andei tudo isso aqui, tá, galera? Então, não tem mais muito segredo aqui pra gente. Beleza? Ó, a arma nova que a gente ganhou nos últimos vídeos aí. Que é esse lança-virote martelada. Tá. As bobinas aí diferenciadas. E os recursos diferenciados também. Beleza. Bom, galera, então é isso. Esse é o vídeo de hoje, espero que você tenha curtido. Se você curtiu o vídeo, não se esqueça de se inscrever no canal para mais conteúdo, beleza? Então, rapaziada, eu vou ficando por aqui. Valeu, um beijo, eu fui.